And then we have probably the most controversial of all World's Strongest Man events, the Stone Off. Who wants to go first on this?
It's gonna be, yeah. I think it's gonna be very tough if you end up second or third, because if you can, of course, almost maybe everybody can do all the stones, but the last one you have to do, yeah, last man standing. It's gonna be very, very tough if you end up second or third.
So you don't necessarily dislike it as much as so many other people do.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it if I end up there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have fun with it at least.
Nice, that's a good attitude. Mitchell, what do you think?
I'm not around people disliking it. Can you catch me up to speed on that?
Yeah, Isaac, do you want to? I've been talking a lot. Do you want to catch him up to speed?
I mean, it's mostly just over the years. It seems like every time they have a stone off, all the Instagram chat and Reddit posts and everything always just sit there and complain about the stone off. And I know a lot of the athletes don't enjoy it necessarily, just because if you're in second or third, then it's that extra event that you have to do that the first place guy doesn't have to do, and blah, blah. Which, I mean, I definitely get it. People that are excited about it are Trey Mitchell, Max, and maybe Tom Stoltman. Like, those are probably the only ones that enjoy a stone off. But yeah, I think a lot of people just as that extra
for anyone
complaining. What's that?
For anyone complaining, they could just come first and not have to do the stone off.
I was just gonna say, like, when you're mentioning people who like it, I think of Brian, but Brian won't end up in a stone off. He'll probably win the group.
I think the good thing they've done this year, and I've seen in previous years where the final stone goes for 8, 9, 10 reps, which for any of us would really smash us for the next few days. The final stone at 210 kilos is it's really quite reasonable, because you're, in all likelihood, unless you end up with Tom or something, you're probably talking 2 reps, 3 reps is probably going to win that. So in that case, you do an extra 2, 3 reps at a high intensity, and you kind of deserve it for not winning the group and still making it through to the final.
I think the one time that I don't like the stone off as much is when second place is like 4 or 5 points ahead of third place, but then third place beats them in a stone off, and you're like, okay, that was a pretty big point variation, and third place ends up going to the final and not second. So that's the one, like, and I think it's only happened twice, something like that. It's not very often, and so that's the only time where I'm like, okay, that's a little bit unfortunate for the second place guy, because he put out during all the previous events, earned that second place, and then lost it. So
Isaac, you're thinking count the stone off as one event instead of all or nothing?
Kind of, yeah, a little bit more along those lines.
So what do you prefer?
I was watching a UK Strongest Man. For some reason that was on TV back from when Laws was competing. It looked like it had to have been 10 years ago. But they to see who got through to the finals did a stone run that was handicapped based on point differential. So that, to me, that makes the most sense in terms of fairness, if that's what we're going off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I liked it when they did stuff like that. I mean, people still complained, and honestly, people are going to complain about everything every time, just because that's how humans are. But I liked that method a little bit more than the stone off. But also, I don't mind the stone off as much when it's like a 1 or 2 point variation, and you're like, okay, this gives that third place guy a chance. He's worked really hard during the regular events. He could earn his place in the final through this. The only time I dislike it as much is when there's like that massive points difference, and then it's just unfortunate for the second place guy, I guess.
Here's a controversial theory. How about second just goes to the finals and there is no other qualifier?
But you got to have that cliffhanger though, where it's like, okay, is he actually going to the finals, or could the third place guy step in? So
Yeah, well, because Kim asked what would we want instead, and I just want like it's done. So,
across the
yeah,
board.
you're second, so you're in.
Yeah.
There's one variable that just solves it all, though, right? And we all know that variable. If you don't like the stone off, we'll get better at stones, and if you don't like coming second, we'll get stronger and come first. It's
Well,
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I was going to say that's exactly what Maxime Boudreau did, where you know he trained stone a ton, and now he's extremely. I mean, not extremely dominant, but it's definitely not his weakness anymore. He was not very good at stones, and now
I'd say
he's
one of the best,
one of the
in
better
world now.
ones. Yeah.
He's one of the best in the world now at stone. That was because basically JF has trained him a lot, and JF said, if you want to win like major strongman competitions, you got to be good at stones. They put it at the end every time, so he went away for a year and got good at stones.